Massive lithium reserves have been found in another Indian state. Go First has been stopped from selling tickets. And the latest from Manipur. These are some of the top stories we have for you on this edition of CNBC TV 18 Newsreel. I'm Archana Solanki. Let's get started with our cover story. Big news coming in. After Jammu and Kashmir, lithium reserves have been found in Rajasthan's Degana. The reserves are said to contain significantly more lithium than the 5.9 million tons found in Jammu and Kashmir recently, and is expected to meet 80% of the country's demand. Since lithium is a key component of batteries used in electric vehicles, the government is searching for rare metal reserves both within and outside the country. Now, why is it significant? India's plan to increase EV penetration by 30% by 2030 relies heavily on lithium. As of now, only a little more than 1% of all vehicle sales in the country are electric vehicles. Aviation regulator DGCA has directed Go First airline to immediately stop booking and sale of tickets directly or indirectly until further orders. The regulator has issued a show-cause notice to the airline questioning why its license should not be cancelled in view of its failure to operate flights. Go First, remember, has cancelled all its flights since May 3rd and moved a plea with the NCLT to begin voluntary bankruptcy proceedings. More turbulence in the aviation sector after Go First SpiceJet lands at the bankruptcy court. Now, NCLT will hear a case filed by SpiceJet's aircraft lessor claiming unpaid dues on the 17th of May. The budget carrier has, however, said that this development will not affect its operations and is confident of resolving the matter without court proceedings. Moving on. On Saturday, when Prince Charles officially became the king, several thousand kilometers away, Warren Buffett, who's often known as the king of investing, addressed his shareholders and spoke about money, artificial intelligence, and about life as well. He criticized the handling of the recent collapse in the US banking sector. The world's sixth richest man said that the bosses of Silicon Valley Bank, Signature Bank, and First Republic Bank should be punished. To investors, he said that you need to be smarter, not wiser. While lauding artificial intelligence, he said that it can do amazing things. He, however, compared it to an atom bomb. All right, let's get to the market action. No Monday blues for the bulls as they regained all of Friday's losses. Nifty and Sensex gained over 1% to end at a 5-month closing high. Financials led from the front with Bank Nifty soaring 1.5%. Mid-caps gained in line with the blue chips. Reliance, ICICI Bank, HDFC Twins were the top Nifty contributors. BSE companies gained a market cap of 2.5 lakh crore rupees today. Let's get to the big national headline. The centre informed the Supreme Court that normalcy is returning to Manipur as no instance of violence has been reported in the last 2 days. The top court, also emphasized that adequate steps need to be taken to ensure food and medical support for those in relief camps and that necessary precautions need to be taken for the rehabilitation of displaced people. The court also said that places of worship must be protected. The Supreme Court further asked the centre and the Manipur government to file a status report in the next 10 days. The next hearing will be held on May 17th. Moving on, a boat capsized in Kerala on Sunday, killing at least 22 people, including women and children. The boat, which approximately had around 35 people on board, capsized near Tuvalthiram beach in Mallappuram. An ex gratia of 2 lakh rupees from Prime Minister's National Relief Fund will be provided to the next of kin of each deceased. An Indian Air Force MiG-21 crashed in Rajasthan's Hanumangarh district while the pilot managed to eject from the aircraft on time and is reported to be safe. 3 civilians were killed when the fighter jet smashed into their home. A probe has been ordered to ascertain the cause of the crash. Another blast was reported at Heritage Street near the Golden Temple in Punjab's Amritsar earlier today. 1 person has been injured. This was the second blast that happened in the area in the last 2 days. An explosion had taken place on the same site on May 6th. Security forces conducted a flag march to restore public confidence. Now, whether or not the 2 blasts were linked remains unclear. Right, let's get the big international headlines. 9 people were killed in a shooting at a Texas mall. A 33-year-old man has been identified as the shooter who drove to the Allen Premium Outlets and opened fire with an AR-15 style rifle. The motive is still unknown, but the investigators are looking into possible neo-Nazi and white supremacist agenda. The US has suffered at least 201 mass shootings within the first months of this year. Russia launched a fresh wave of strikes across Ukraine ahead of the Victory Day parade tomorrow to mark Soviet victory in Second World War. Civilians fear dead in more than a dozen missile strikes and over 60 airstrikes across various cities. All right, let's talk about China's mysterious spacecraft. After a 276-day-long stay in orbit, an experimental Chinese spacecraft returned to Earth today. It returned after completing a mission to test the country's reusable space technologies. It's being called mysterious because ambiguity remains on what the spacecraft was, what technologies were tested, and how high it flew. Meanwhile, big breakthrough for NASA. A Rocket Lab Electron launched a pair of NASA satellites designed to monitor the development of tropical storms and hurricanes. 11 months after the first satellite in the constellation were lost when a different rocket failed. Gathering data more frequently will help scientists improve weather forecasting models. All right, this is our moment of the day. West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee shared a sneak peek into her workout routine. On the treadmill, she can be seen sweating it out with a puppy in her hand, whom she called the extra motivation. We leave you with these visuals.